people in chat already. All right. No. So notice when the first part of the thing comes up, I do credit you. So. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Thursday night. I hope everybody has had a great week. Welcome to the NLG Show, and do not adjust your set. We got a motley crew here tonight, including somebody who has not been on the show yet, and we're glad to have him. Of course, our returning champion in the middle square. Other way. It's the other. There he goes.
Oh, it's reversed? Okay.
Yeah, it's reversed. So we got Tommy Tallarico, the president of Intellivision. He is back again with us on a night when he is celebrating the week he has had. And for the first time ever, our brand new brother in the Gamers United Guild. He is OEB Pete, the master of putting out as many videos as humanly possible in a week span.
That's my superpower. That's my superpower.
Gamers extraordinaire. How you both doing, guys?
Great. I'm loving it.
Yes, you're having a great week, Tommy.
Yes.
You're having a great week.
Well, Monday wasn't so great. Or no, Tuesday.
Well,
Tuesday wasn't so great.
I know, but
Tuesday was like, we had to delay it by a day. But I mean, I'll say it now. I don't mind saying it. But one of the major reasons why we delayed it on Tuesday was because of Earthworm Jim. So
really,
that that was our big closer.
Well,
our big closer, and we were having. I don't want to get into the reasons, but yeah, it was like, do you do it with Earthworm Jim or without? And I'm like, with, and so, and it's like, well, if we can delay it, and it's funny too. Because I'm always trying to be open out front all the time. Like that's my, again, as much as humanly possible without spilling. As much as
legal will let you.
I can't spill the beans on, right? And I always cross that line. But the interesting thing was, I could have easily on Tuesday, said, you know what, the storm happened. Half of the East Coast doesn't have electricity or internet. We're going to wait, till they get stuff. Like, I could have done that. I could have easily have lied and take the pressure off. But no, we were honest and we said, hey, look, there's something that we want to put in that we thought we could, and then we couldn't, and then we could, and we're going to wait a day. And now after that day is over, like we don't even remember it, right? It's just like, oh, whatever, now that you saw the thing, and hopefully the same thing happens with the launch date. Now that it's like, whew, okay, new launch date. Now let's focus on everything there. So it's serious and emotional at the time, but then like after it, everybody just wants a great console. Everybody just wants a great event. Everybody wants a great, so once it happens, then all that other stuff goes away, right?
Yeah,
Did anyone remember
definitely.
like Metal Gear Solid 2 was delayed a year or whatever? I don't.
No. Wasn't the N64 delayed? I mean, this is not, things get delayed. So,
yeah.
and we'll talk about that in a minute.
People got to remember too, when people are like, oh, you missed Christmas, but anyone remember when the Switch came out? It was like March, so, there's something there. They didn't slow down the Switch.
No, it did not. So,
yeah.
And we'll talk about that and some of those other things. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unpack from that event, and it's in the coverage and things like that. But I want to say hi to the chat room. The chat room is already
Smash
hopping.
JT in the house.
These guys,
Retro.
Yeah, it was already 32 people in climbing. Lance Jennings said
My
something
boy
really.
Shondell.
Yep, Shondell, who didn't even know you were on tonight. Of course, Retro Advisory Board, Retro Rich, Daredevil Dave Dahl, who I think he keeps hinting that he actually did finally get into a wrestling game. Frankie, did you catch that? I think he actually got into Virtual Basement's game.
Hey,
I would be surprised if he doesn't.
I got a big shout out here. Somebody in the chat
is
going by the name Four Scars Gaming.
Yes, John.
John, John.
Yes,
Mike.
I do.
But if anyone saw the amazing, so John works for Best Buy in Canada, by the way, Pete. Maybe he can hook you up. But John was the guy who wrote this absolutely incredible Best Buy. They have like a blog area. And he's in charge of the gaming stuff. And he just wrote this unbelievable. I passed it around to our whole company, by the way, John. Today I had everybody read it. And it was just a really great rundown, really great. I recommend anyone checking out. It's one of the best kind of roundups I've ever read about Amico. So thank you, John, and thank you, Best Buy. And we're so glad that finally we can announce that we are retail partners up there. Anthem's in the house.
Anthem, Graphic God, Pong, my friend Tim. I mean, we get. I gotta tell you, these
Owned
guys.
by Atari, yeah,
Yep.
I see him all the time. He's great.
Retro Rich, Indie Gamer. These are guys, by the way, that Niles in the house. Although he
Super
said,
Nintendo. I saw Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Super
Nintendo.
We'll have to talk more. I saw him.
Jeff Rule.
I was reading Smash JT's video comments, and Super Nick didn't like the show yesterday. So that's okay.
Hey,
it's not for everyone.
It's all right. And we'll look. I'll give you my.
Cool. Super Nick wants to have a DM. That's an interview. Totally.
Hey,
we'll talk about what was disappointing to you, Super Nick, and maybe we can make you happy the next one.
Yeah, Crazy Cool number 1, Jeff Rule, our friend Jeff Rule, Lance Jennings, who, like I said earlier, had something really nice to say about our show. Monkey Punch is in the house. And the great thing is you came on in January, and I met all of these great people, including Pete, and I remember afterwards, a lot of these guys started coming on here every week and hanging out with us, and that's how I got into being on Pete's channel with the Amico All Access and all, Anthem and Richard Hayward, all these great guys that we've met and have grown into this beautiful community. And it very much had to do with when you came on in January. So, I mean, you bring people together, man. I mean, which is what the Amico is all about, bringing people together. But you've literally brought people together even here. And these are people that come on every week and hang out with us and chat, and we love them. So,
yeah.
But
cool.
And Zoner X, welcome. So, So
La Pioneer, he's a great.
Yep.
He's on the Atari Age forums all the time. Love
Yeah,
that guy.
and-
Up in
and-
Quebec, another Canadian.
Yep.
Pete,
And by
you're
the
taking
way,
over the planet.
Padier, I promise I was able to get your spreadsheet to work, and I am going to send that back to you. So Go Game Go is in.
Go Game Go.
So
I always mispronounce it and I say Go Game.
and Niall wants to
Like
know
a
how many
go-go
shares
dancer game.
how many shares I have in the company.
Who's got shares in the company?
Niall, our friend Niall. He said, "How many shares of the company do I have to keep getting you on here?"
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, you know.
none yet.
None
But
yet.
Mike, if I'll sell you some if you'd like.
Yeah,
We're still raising money,
convince my wife.
You can never
of
have
that.
enough money. You can never have enough investments.
Oh man.
You can never have enough money.
Exactly.
That's, you know.
So, all right. So before we go down the list, I got to do what I always do. We got next to me the man, the myth, the legend. He is in the game. He is on his way to being the Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
Peter Heutink, HTK. What is up, brother?
Now, what's going
It's
on?
already the Ghost of Tsushima, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I'm all ready to go. So, yeah,
I
I'm
know.
just, getting close to the end. And had a lot of fun, but right now I kind of avoid fights because it's like, way that close. It's a little, the game is a little long.
It's a bit long.
It's
So,
a little bit long. So,
but a guilty pleasure.
Yes. I mean, Mike and I, we've been like online and playing the game, not against each other because it doesn't have online, but just, hanging out and talking about our experiences while we're playing.
Had a long talk about that conference yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, that's that cool. Your show was very good, Tommy. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, cool.
Really
Thank you.
enjoyed it, yeah.
What was your favorite part, Peter?
Well, it's you showed the dashboard a little bit to start up the game with a little.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
only a placeholder. And by the way, Viking Metal Jesus, John Riggs, they will confirm that has been for a year and a half. We've had that. That was at last D3. We had that dashboard. So we reverted back to the old dashboard because we didn't want to show our new one.
Oh.
But it's that same kind of vibe.
Oh, okay.
The new dashboard just looks a lot better. But
Right.
that's cool. I'm glad you enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
that's neat. And also, like the games that were shown look better than they were shown before.
Yes.
Like Cornhole had definitely
Yes.
looked
I mean,
better,
this
and it's like, oh yeah, that looks much better. Except that girl,
Astro
like
Smash, Moon
you know?
Patrol. This is the thing that I keep
Yeah.
telling people over and over. It's like, we're showing you these games as they're being developed. I don't know. I can't use a larger font when it says, work in progress,
Right.
not final. How many times can you say it? But that's one of the things. By the way, can we just say, I'm surprised no one mentioned this. To me, the Astro Smash menu screen, I think, is the greatest menu screen in the history of gaming. I don't know. I'm biased.
Yeah, it's pretty good, Tom.
Wait, where'd it go? Back that shit
All
up.
right, back it up. All right, while I'm backing that up, I got to say hi to Pete because Pete's just been sitting here.
Which Pete is that?
You. I can't call it. No, on my right is Peter. You are Pete.
Oh yeah, okay.
So.
Well, yeah, I was the Astro Smash is funny because I'm actually just finished before I jumped on this show editing a video that's coming out tomorrow. That's all about the differences between Astro Smash shown in January and Astro Smash shown yesterday, and the evolution of that game based on the conference. So when Tommy brought up the menu, I speak about it for like a minute where I'm in awe of the menu. Yeah, it's
There
coming
you
out
go.
tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
I
Okay,
just
so
finished it
gave
today.
props.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
amazing.
look
I
at
love
the
it.
smoke at the bottom of the ship, and look at the radar going in. Oh, is it in? Here, hit play on it. So
All
it can
right,
animate.
I got it.
Yeah, it's animated.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
The radar is.
And if you zoom in,
Ah!
the guy, the pilot, is a famous person. If you zoom
What?
really in, it's a
Wait,
very
what?
famous person.
Hold on. What? Wait a minute. You zoom in. Hold on. See, you're gonna
I'm
make
having
me,
a go at you, Mike.
Stop it! Stop it!
I was like, I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't.
There you go.
Stop it. Hey, Clouds, what's up, brother?
But anyway,
so-
but
yeah.
I guess my point being is, and I'm glad you saw that, Peter, that you said the games are getting better and better. And again, hey, now these games are what, 8 months out? So imagine what they're going to be in 8 months, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. So
Yeah,
Pete,
but also
how you-
like the whole flow of the show was good too.
Yeah, it
I
was.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
No.
So,
I know
well
we
done.
keep wanting to gravitate back, but I got to say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Pete, how you doing, brother? So you were you
Oh,
Pete.
me?
Yes, Pete.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm doing great, man. I'm a little exhausted from yesterday.
Yeah?
Kind of.
Oh, you had a marathon.
12 hours watching and editing and commenting on everything, but it was probably one of my favorite days in YouTube in a long while. Like I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I thought it was great. I've got 10 videos already in the can that's going to be coming out in the next 3 weeks about this show. So I'm pretty excited. You can tell that. And but no, it's been going well there. I'm gonna get ready to play Marvel Avengers tomorrow. I'm gonna finally play a next gen game or a current gen game. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Cool.
All right, cool. And Frankie, how you doing, man? What you up to?
Alright.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. Just working. Same old bullshit. Different week. Don't be a delivery driver during a pandemic. That's really all I can advise at this point.
Hey, you guys are heroes.
What you do though?
Nah. Ain't worth it. Too many ungrateful people.
Oh,
It's like one of the most thankless jobs on the planet. I mean, besides
Right.
being the CEO of Intellivision.
No, I get a lot of, I get more kudos than, than not. So that's a good thing.
So, and yeah, just real quick. So, Rock Solid Productions said something I want to address because some people may come into the chat. Not everybody might be a fan of what they saw yesterday, and
Fine.
he said not trolling and not trying to be a jerk. I'm a huge EWJ fan. I never had an Intellivision, so the nostalgia is there. Beyond EWJ, what's for me? As long as in the chat room, guys, as long as you are respectful, don't come in with the language. You hang out with our fellow gamers. It's okay. It really is okay.
Yeah. So I have a question back for him. What was his name? What was the
Rock Solid Productions, and we welcome him.
Solid
By the way,
Productions.
welcome in.
Yeah. So I got a great. So I have some answers for you, but in order for me to give you some answers, I need to know a little bit more about what you like. So you like Earthworm Jim, which is cool. Well, okay. So $300 isn't what the system price is. That's fake news. So if anyone told you the machine was $300, what they probably mistaked it for is the machine's $249, and you get 2 controllers and 6 games out of the box for that, which is really amazing. Considered, you talk about the Wii was 15 years ago, or 14 years ago, and that had 1 controller and 1 pack in game. So you're getting 2 controllers 15 years later for the same price as it was way back then. So that's pretty cool. And we have more games on launch too than the Wii did. We're going to have about 50 games, but anywhere from 30 to 40 games on launch. And then
I heard 50.
Well, I meant 50
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah,
then we're coming out with 50 ready.
I know.
We're gonna
I just
pick which
just
ones
having that.
those are, and then we're going to release a game every 10 days after that. So it's not $300, so that's good news for you. And I appreciate that you want to support the system too. So my question to you though is, what style of games do you like? So like, are you a Genesis old school guy? Like, are you a 2D shooter? Are you a RPG? Do you like fighter games? Do you tell me what kind of games you like so that I can help, tell you what, what else you might. For example, if you like Earthworm Jim, you're probably in 2D platformers, you're probably going to love our Finnegan Fox game.
I keep calling him Phineas. Thank you.
Finnegan with
No,
Finnegan.
no, just
Finnegan.
let him go with that. Just let him go with that.
that game is worth the price of admission.
But if
alone,
you like
I think
2D
it's worth it.
shooters, for example, we showed Retro Force Redux Enhanced. You'll probably,
Yes.
Dude,
if you're
that game
from
is
that,
awesome.
if you're from that generation of maybe,
R-type kind of games.
if you're from like the early 90s generation of gaming whereas like a lot of 2D platforms, a lot of, stuff. So let me know what kind of games you like, and I can better answer your question about, hey, I like Earthworm Jim. But the good news is you don't have to pay $300 for it. The Founders Editions were $299, and I know that John Hancock mentioned that the system was $300, and that's because he bought a Founders Edition, which is now sold out. So he was probably mistaken that he thought all the systems were that.
His video, he was mistaken on quite a bit, Tommy. I watched that video, and there was quite a few misrepresentations and not a lot of research in that video. When I watched it, I was like, this is not cool.
That's all right.
Okay, so here we go. Yeah. So here he said he likes 2D, 3D platformers. Okay, so we have a couple in the works, but the two that we saw was Finnegan Fox.
Okay, well, let me get to that while you're talking.
And then NES, SNES, Super. What's SMB?
Sega Master System.
SMB.
Yeah, it's
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers.
That's what I thought.
SMB, Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, I thought.
And by the way, Megatron said he is their day one Amico in the house. So
cool.
What are
Disney afternoon games? I don't understand. What are Disney afternoon?
Maybe
games?
like the Aladdin and the
DuckTales.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So you're a 2D guy, or you're a 2D platform guy. I'm thinking we're showing our Finnegan Fox stuff up there now. So I think Super Mario Brothers. Sorry. I mean, if you like 2D platformers, we're gonna have them, but you should wait. If you're not sure, then wait to absolutely wait to play it. I never want to tell people they should pre-order it unless they want to, try before you buy, right? So, but if you like that style of early 90s gaming, there's going to be a ton of stuff on there for you for sure. But anyway, there's shoot 'em ups. There's, there it is. That's the, our little 15-second tease. I want to say something about the Earthworm Jim thing too. So we're going to be releasing a lot of these sections on their own. And one of the things that we're doing with Earthworm Jim, a lot of people, I was watching some of the videos late last night, and some people thought that Earthworm Jim clip that we showed, they thought that was a cinematic. They thought that was like, oh, when are we going to see gameplay, blah, 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 blah. I got news for you. That was our engine. That was playing in Unity. That was the game. It looks that good. It is it's a modern day interactive cartoon. So that was hand drawn. It was funny because I saw one comment. Oh, why are you going to do? Why did you do a cinematic? And why does the art look like that? I want hand-drawn animation. It's like, that's exactly what that is. Like the Evil the Cat.
I'll get to the end of that. Hold on. We'll show it.
Evil the Cat and Earthworm Jim and the rocket coming in, that was all completely frame by frame, hand-drawn information, hand-drawn stuff by the original artists, Mike Dietz. And that's hand-drawn. Look at Evil the Cat right there. And then that's all hand-drawn, all his animations are hand-drawn, and then his run cycle, which I showed months ago, that's all hand-drawn. But we're going to be putting this out. So, but that's the game. That's running in Unity right now. And look at the
impressive.
specular lighting. One of the things. Did
you just say spectral lighting? Did you just go tech on us?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I like. See, I pretend to be dumb. The table, like when I was at the table, I'm like, what is this? I have no idea what that means. Like, I was actually just joking. I do know what all that stuff means, but that's not funny. But look at Jim. So again, you got to appreciate what's going on here. This is a 2D hand-drawn sprite with 3D specular lighting on it. Pretty neat. And so we're doing there's a lot of technical things that are happening in this video that it looks like a cartoon or it looks like a movie, but you actually play it.
Yeah,
you're playing that. So one of the things,
Ren.
though, when he goes to the left, we were supposed to have a really big joke there. And so we ended up, but we're putting out this clip again of the game. We're putting it out next week, and we're putting some of the stuff that we cut out. We're actually putting it back in. So
nice.
And there was like a couple errors in this. Like one of the things, when the ship was coming in, there was supposed to be a big tail of smoke, and we were having issues with it jumping around, and we didn't want to show that because, again, we're doing this all in-game engine. If it was an in-game engine, yeah, we could have just rendered the smoke out or whatever, and it would have been fine. But no, these are hand-drawn pieces of information, and like the rocket behind him. If you look at the rocket, when he goes to the left, the rocket disappears. I don't know if anyone noticed that, and so that was just it was just the quick way that we had to do it for the demo. But we've already fixed that because it was part of him putting his head up, and his run animation is a separate animation. So we had to do a separate rocket animation. It's all kind of complex stuff, but you'll notice if you hit play, you'll notice the rocket disappear. I probably shouldn't tell people that because now that's all they'll see from now on. But we fixed it anyway. So, and the joke was he was going to run to the left, and there was going to be something really funny and scary there. And he's like, no way. And then he starts running to the other side. But
should have been a cow. Should have been a cow.
Well, yeah, the cow he's not afraid of. We had a
yeah, but that would have been the joke.
No, it should have been a copy of Earthworm Jim 3.
Oh, I have that on N64.
That's a better joke. Oh my God, Wonka book is out.
There you go. Just designed it.
Oh my gosh, Joe, Earthworm Jim 3 box cover.
It's fantastic.
Holy crap, that's a better joke than we wrote. We had,
this is why we keep Frankie around.
You guys, I think I've talked about this before, but just so everyone knows, Earthworm Jim never had a game design document. Not the first one, not the second one. What we did was, we wrote jokes, and then we built the game around that. So, for example, like, wouldn't it be funny if, like, what if we like launched a chicken at the very beginning of the first level, and every single level after that, you would just see this chicken flying across the air going, "Bakak!" Because that's a funny sound, right? "Bakak!" And it was all flustered and everything, and he's like running through the sky. And we're like, oh my God, that'd be so funny. And then I forget who said it. And then somebody said, oh my God, wait, even better. What if we did a cow? And I'm like, oh yeah. And I start making the sound, like that's a funny sound too. Oh my God, let's do that. And that's how and then you build the game around that. Well, what are we gonna? How is the cow gonna launch? I don't know. What if he was in a junkyard and there's this teeter totter and you build the jokes around that. So this one was like, well, we want to start with Evil the Cat. And what if it was like, but everyone thinks Evil the Cat's in hell. What if he's in like a jungle on a beach? And so you see a Evil the Cat statue in the back and he's not hell.
There it is.
And I said, wouldn't it be funny if like Earthworm Jim, when he saw evil and he passed him, like what if he called him a boomer? Like that would be funny, and like boomer. And then we had to put a dad joke in there. So I'm like, oh my God, what if he says like, pull my finger? That's like the total dad joke from the 80s, right? And I'm like, boomer, pull my finger. But we had him running to the left, and we were going to have something really funny there. But I like the Earthworm Jim 3 box. Oh my God, that is so funny. How come we didn't think of that? You might see that next week. You don't
have Frankie working for you. That's why.
Yeah.
No.
I will be really excited to see that.
That would be funny.
No. So, it's stuff like this that does get you excited. So I want to go back to some of the other things. So I want to go back to Armor Battle.
Yeah.
If that's what you're calling it?
No, I'm calling it battle tanks.
Oh.
I mean, we were calling it armor battle tanks for a long time. We're like, hey, we can, because that's like. But when we did like a lot of market research, you say, what's armor battle? It seems like a sword fighting game. You're like a knights in armor battle, And battle tanks is just kind of fun. It's cute. So we're calling it Intellivision battle tanks.
Okay. You mentioned in that you took not only from Armor Battle, but you mentioned the tank battle in Triple Action.
Battle tanks. That's what it was called. It was called battle tanks.
So that's where that came from.
Yes. And by the way, one thing I want to say about that battle tanks is that that's running at like 60 frames a second, but we haven't started optimizing everything yet. So one of the things that we took out for now while we optimize and get all the graphics together is like we took out all of the lighting. So you'll notice like the shadowing's in there, but when things explode, like you don't see the rocks lit up and all the ground lit up and all the tanks lit up next to you. That's all coming. It's going to look a lot better than this does.
Okay. I mean, look, it looks great now.
But the lighting, it makes it look even. I mean, I've seen it with the lighting on, and it looks 10 times better.
Armor Battle was one of my other favorites. I mean, I had a lot of fun, and you could go. What was funny was we always compared it to Combat, but Combat, Combat on the Atari 2600 was great, but Armor Battle was just that much better. Every time Atari had something, the Intellivision version was just better. And so to have cover and trees and then to be able to switch back and forth between tanks was really cool. I meant to ask you this the last time you were on. In 2-player mode, is that still a thing where you'd be able to swap tanks like you could in the original?
Swap tanks. How do you mean?
So in Armor Battle, you had 2 tanks. And you could live switch. You could live switch between them.
No, we don't have that. You can pick your tank though at the beginning. I think I show a little clip of that in here, but you don't have access to 2 tanks. No.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Can you play as a chopper, Tommy, in it?
No.
Why not?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Why can't you play as a chopper? That would be like one guy in a chopper against
breaking out the Wonka book. Hold on.
Yeah. That's multiplayer, man. That's multiplayer right there. I'd be the tank. I'd be the chopper going after my kid's tank.
All right, so hold on though, because you do blowing them up. Hold on, because it's actually called Armor Battle here.
Oh yeah, that's because we hadn't changed the name yet.
All right, don't.
You like Armor Battle better?
Yes.
No.
Hold. All right, talk for a second.
Okay.
Let's ask the
chat. What do you think?
The chat. What do you like better, Armor Battle or Battle Tanks as a name? Well, again, and I know there's a Battle Tanks game out there which Smash
make me get up and get the box. No, that is.
But we call it Intellivision Battle Tanks.
That is what it should be.
Armor Battle.
Armor Battle, like the original. That is what.
Look at that! Everyone's likes in Battle Tanks.
Yeah, or tank battle.
But the oh Jesus, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 1.
Help me out, John. Come on, man.
Well, no, but the thing is, this game is really more for battle tanks, not for because Armor Battle was kind of a 3/4 view almost. Armor tanks.
Well, no, it was overhead.
Yeah, you got to play as the chopper. You need to play as the chopper. Chopper needs to have.
No, but didn't the tanks look like they were 3/4 though?
You could turn them, so it turned really. But you could hide behind the trees. You had water that you had to get around. You could hide behind the blocks.
It's a combination of both. It really is.
That menu is so slick. It reminds me of Gauntlet menus, like the later Gauntlet games.
Yeah, doesn't it? That one.
Yeah, the later Gauntlet games on the Xbox and stuff like that. It just it's really slick.
I'll go down swinging on Armor Battle, but that's all right.
But we need a chopper in there, Tommy,
Play
like a 4 versus 1.
Got to play the chopper in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I want
Matt.
a Blackhawk. I want a Blackhawk chopper, man, fully loaded with like surface-to-air missiles, machine
Get to
guns,
the
chain
chopper.
guns.
Get
I
to
want
the
it
chopper.
all. I'm a huge army nut, so that's why I love choppers.
Cool.
Armor battle tanks for the memories. That's what I'm talking about. Go game go.
Oh, go game, go! You're precious.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I mean, that was really cool. That's a game that I'm gonna play a lot. So I'm just gonna slide around while we're talking too. So
Sure.
Peter,
Well,
here's your.
one last
Go ahead.
thing on the battle tanks. What I like about it, it's all in one screen, so it speaks to the simplicity of the games and the approachability that I don't have to. What do you have to teach here? 10 seconds. Move your tank around, shoot someone. You don't there's nothing else to teach somebody about, which is the beauty of Amico. So I love that game.
Shows up in the middle. Go get it. There's something good in it.
All right, so cornhole, Peter, you actually pointed cornhole out.
Yeah. It's what I said earlier. It's like it looked better than what was shown before.
Yeah.
You saw the people playing it. I want to get that cheat code too, because that girl kept on, throwing it in the hole apparently. Based on her reaction, it's like, hey, it must be really good.
Can you? But did you guys see this? Look at these little fun things. I mean, I have them all unlocked. But look, Canadian flag. Look at the old school Intellivision controller.
I got a question for
flying
you.
tigers in there.
Tommy, I have a question about the boards, because I love the idea of all these different boards. Can I use the Amico controller, take a picture of my face going, and that become the board, and you gotta try to put the bag in my mouth? That would be freaking awesome.
That would be, everyone would be doing it.
Come on!
That would be funny.
Wow.
Well, yeah, but there's no camera on the controller though, so you'd have to do that, I guess, with your
Why
phone.
don't I know that?
But did you guys notice the dynamics on the bag? Look at the way the bags throw. Like we spent like a month on that, because like if you look at most cornhole games, it shows like a flat bag and it's just like one flat thing. Going
it's bending as you
look at the bag though. Look at that.
Yeah, no, I saw that, the bag physics.
I mean, we're talking cornhole bag physics here.
Only on Next Level Gaming. Only on Next Level Gaming. Yeah,
but these are the kinds of things that, the little things that make, look at that, how it bounces around. I mean, it's really nice.
Make an Easter egg in there with a tea bag so you can tea bag.
Oh,
there you go.
Lord. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, so congratulations on getting Mattel, by the way.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you a question, and you don't have to answer this.
Okay.
So you guys mentioned that you got the Hot Wheels property.
Yes.
And a while back, you showed a game called Sideswipe.
Correct.
A chance that that's the game, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't show the new version of it because obviously we're branding it all with Hot Wheels, and the cars that we showed, we didn't have the Hot Wheels license at the time, so we just made up these cars. So we're taking all of the Hot Wheels cars and putting them into into the game. So
nice.
So we didn't want to show that just yet. But it's going to be awesome because it's all going to be Hot Wheels branded, and we're going to have a whole bunch of different tracks, and it's going to be, So when we were growing up, it was called Crisscross Crash.
Right.
That was when you take the cars. But now they changed the name of it, and it's now called Colossal Crash. That's what so there's no such thing as Crisscross Crash anymore. It's called Colossal Crash, where the cars. I didn't even know that until they brought it up. But so yes, that's going to be what the game will be. Is that kind of simple, fun thing, and that's why they loved it when I demoed that game for them. They're like, "Oh my God, we got to put Hot Wheels on there." I'm like, "Yeah, hello."
So Tommy, with Hot Wheels coming on board, which I think is a natural fit, just for the look of that game. Since the big thing about Hot Wheels is building your own track. Are you adding any of that type of features to the game, or is it just going to go out as originally designed?
We're looking into that right now. Now that we have some extra time, we originally weren't gonna, do that for the first model, but because again, you could do Hot Wheels Ferrari, Hot Wheels Monsters, Hot Wheels. Whatever, classics.
Do you get those licenses for those cars with the overall Mattel Hot Wheels license?
No, you have to pay separately, but they're not as expensive. Like if we wanted to do the Batmobile, for example, like that's an offer that we could have. It's just extra, it's just extra money. So we
then you might have to work with
version.
You might have to work with Phil Spencer
on
that.
We would just stick with the Hot Wheels thing. Let's see how it does. If it's a big seller, then okay, let's do whatever it's called, Colossal Crash 2, with, Batmobile, or, DC or whatever, or Marvel, and then you could do that and have different tracks and different things and different locations and areas and stuff. So, but we're sticking with the Hot Wheels first with no other licenses just to see how it works.
What I love about that partnership is the possibility, and I'm just spitballing, is like, 'cause my kids are huge in Hot Wheels right now, both my boy and girl, and going to the store and buying a Hot Wheel track, and maybe in the future having a download code for the Hot Wheels game on Amico. And your parent is, as a parent, like, I don't need an Amico, and the kid's going, I need an Amico now to play this part of the game.
I mean, so if you know anything about Hot Wheels, they have a and I'm not confirming or denying anything, but they have a line called Hot Wheels. What's it called? ID. Yeah, Hot Wheels ID. I have them all stacked up right over here. So we have a Hot Wheels ID, and they have little RFIDs in them. Yeah. So you buy the car, and then you can, right now, the Hot Wheels ID, you can put your phone, tap it on your phone, and the car shows up in your game on your phone. Neat. So, again, imagine RFID. What else has an RFID? Let me think. So, wouldn't that be something? Anyway, but yeah, that's Hot Wheels. But, the other stuff, we start with Hot Wheels, but, we're already talking Uno, which, one of the developers, this developer right here that you're showing right now, Concrete Software, they did the Uno game. Masters of the Universe is hot. That's making a comeback, right, as we all know. So that's another one. We'd love to do a retro reimagined of the original Masters of the Universe game. So we were talking about a bunch of stuff, but we're doing Hot Wheels first because that's their biggest. By the way, Hot Wheels is their biggest property. That and Barbie. Those are the two biggest properties. But yeah, so we're excited about that. So we'll start with the big one now.
Yep, and also, so what's on the docket? And I know you didn't show anything for it, so if there's nothing concrete yet, but what's on the docket for Sesame Street? I asked.
Yeah, we didn't show anything, so this is great. I'm glad you asked.
Well, I have a 6-year-old.
That was a really quick, like 5-second thing in the.
Yeah, it was like MLB for 2 seconds. I was getting super excited. I'm like, and then it was Sesame Street. I'm like, what?
I was telling that to my marketing and branding people. I'm like, I'm just gonna say MLB. The logo's gonna come up, and then we're not gonna show the game. People are gonna kill me. Yeah. But
do you have so you don't have to? Do you have a working prototype yet of that game?
Yeah, but it doesn't look good because you're focused on
gameplay,
pitching and hitting, right? And until you get that right, Pete, you know this. I don't want to give away your secrets, but when you he doesn't know anything, but when you're working on sports, like I've worked on Madden, I've worked on hockey games, I've worked on baseball games. Like the first thing you want to get right is, the passing, the pitching, the hitting, the graphics, kind of the animations, the graphics, that all kind of comes later. So yeah, we have simple stuff, but nothing that we were prepared to, or that we could brag about that would be anything worth showing. And so with the Sesame Street stuff though, it's a lot of Sesame Street stuff that is multiplayer So mom can play with, or little brother can play with little sister or whatever. Some of it uses the motion controls. It's simple stuff. It's for 3 to 5 year olds. You know, people who don't have 3 to 5 year olds, no one will buy it. You know, I mean, there's actually, we do have I can't say what it is, but there is one pack, and they're packs of games too. So you're going to get like multiple games in one pack. So you might get like 3 games for like $7.99. So,
Sweet.
you know, 3, because the games are more kind of simple stuff, but again, they're for kids. So the kids don't, you know, but it's really fun stuff. For kids. So, but they look beautiful. They look like cartoons. It's really cool. But yeah, we weren't ready to show that because we want to do its own thing. You know, that deserves its own thing. I mean, we could have shown a clip, and Sesame Street was like, eh. And I had recorded like 5 or 6 different intros as well for each of those things because we had to get them all approved. People don't understand this stuff. It's not like you just, oh yeah, we sign a contract and that's it. No, every time I speak the word, you know, as in television, you know, they need to approve that. It makes sense. Every time we show something, we need to approve that. Keith is awesome, by the way. The guy we're showing right now, Keith Pitchelman, he's unbelievable. Such a great guy. Look at this. Isn't this cool though? Look how you're showing the controllers, how it's. You know, you're touching the button. And we wanted to show for this game, we purposely were showing the controller app because we wanted to show people like this is a perfect game where, look, you don't even need the real controller. You could have 4 people jump in and just play on their phones if you wanted to, you know.
Hey,
it's
talk
funny.
talk about the controller. Will MLB use the motion control for betting? That was a question from Phil Isaac.
No, it's more like the original Intellivision game. You're gonna hit a button to. But you know, now that you say it, Peter, though, it's like I guess you could, like, it's an option you could probably turn on and off. Like, why not? If the ball's coming, you could swing it. That might be cool. I don't want to say no on that because we have done something similar to that where we thought we're like, and then when you do it, because like, well, the game you're looking at right now, Breakout, is like that where once you hit you're controlling the paddle with your thumb on the screen, but once you hit it, you can like go like this, and it curves that's awesome. It curves the ball. So I guess we could set it up where you could use the motion control to. I just don't know if I guess it would work. It would work because it's 2D. The thing's coming down, and yeah, you'd want to smack it. You could do that.
Nice.
I have an incredible meeting tomorrow. Oh my God! I hope we get this license. It's such a cool license. That's like there's only ever been one game done on this license before, and it was on the NES.
Am I gonna have to stop the stream early? God damn it! No, I don't want to know.
License.
Don't want to know.
It's a sports license.
Oh, I know which it is.
It's not Mike Tyson.
No, I know.
Although making a comeback, but no.
I'm a big Mike Tyson. I'm a boxing fan, and when Mike in the late '80s, I was just such a fan, and I'm a fan of the guy now. I mean, he's really gone through, you know, and he's vegan like me, so you know, props for that. But you could tell he's really gone through a life. He's a kid from the streets, right? And I don't know. I love comeback stories and second chances and all that stuff. So I'm in Mike's corner. To use boxing.
I kind of feel that way too.
I hope he does well.
So had a heck of a role in Ip Man 3 too. Had a real monster fight with Donnie Yen, and if you ever get a chance to see that, you could YouTube it. I mean, it's one heck of a fight.
Was it real or was it?
No, it was part of the movie. So Donnie Yen did a movie set called Ip Man, where it's really cool. If you're into kung fu movies, it's one of Donnie Yen's best series. So
cool.
So Peter, Breakout. I'm showing Breakout.
Yeah, I know. I'm super stoked. But can't wait to play it. Especially, you know, that the features.
Not as
you know,
super
the-
stoked as this dev talking about it, man.
I
He was
know.
awesome.
Alex,
Oh,
is
I
I
the
mean,
best.
that makes you even more excited. It's like, dang, you know.
Wait, and you got this twirly thing,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Somebody asked yesterday on All Access in the chat room, when you spin the dial, does it require pressure to do so, or can you just
Yes.
spin it? I think it was Creeper that asked.
No, you have to push it down. You have to engage it. Yeah, it's not
Okay.
like a. It's not.
It's not like a yeah. I know what you're
No,
talking
it's
about.
not like a spinner.
Gotcha.
It spins, but it's just like the original. Where it spins, but it's not doing anything.
Right. I gotcha.
It's only when you push it down that it makes contact. Is that the input, and but you'll notice, like when you saw me playing skiing in that thing, you can see, like, having it go like this is so much cooler than like a D-pad, and it's simpler than an analog stick, like to just go like this. So, I think people are really going to dig it. I know a lot of folks out there who never played the original Intellivision think it's the dumbest idea ever, but I think when they start playing the games and the way we put it together, and don't forget as well, it's a big button too. So for missile command, this is how you're firing. So that's kind of neat.
Oh yeah, missile command, by the way. So let me get to that
Right,
footage.
big facelift there too, right?
That blew
yeah.
my mind.
It's so smooth though. I don't know if you could tell from the video, but the thing is so smooth. It's like butter. It's just great.
This one got a major upgrade.
Yeah,
It
dude.
sure did.
I was looking at it when it was all surrounded by turrets, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, like, what is
that looks
this?
so stressful to watch. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, I'll tell you what that is. I'll show you that. And isn't it great that we got Gandalf to program it for us? Patrick, this guy here is a genius. The reason he's wearing an Armageddon shirt, by the way, is he's the guy who did Armageddon. Like, this guy is legit. He's been around since the 80s. So yeah, this is here. Pause it here for a sec.
Yeah, this is what I
Hang on, I'll
got so
back up.
stressed out when I saw that part.
Okay,
of
yeah,
the
pause
shit.
it
Hang
right
on.
there.
Hang on.
You suck
You're.
at pause.
I think
Oh,
you're
there
watching. You're watching the YouTube stream. Look at the Skype.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
yeah, look
okay,
at the
there it is,
Skype.
there it is.
It's
No,
Okay,
it's the
so
one
that
where it's all
there-
four walls. All of
right.
it.
That's
All right, hang on.
one-on-one. That's one person versus one person. So the bottom is the yellow, and your disc would be yellow, and the top is the red. And so what you have to do is,
hold on. Let me get. Did I get past it?
Sure, go
I
back,
got
Mike. It's right there. Oh,
Got it.
there you go. This part here,
Oh yeah.
you're surrounded by turrets.
yes. So that is you'll see 3 players. So that's 3-player versus mode: yellow, purple, and red. So you see how you each have 4 cities. So we wanted to keep it, and the reason we have them kind of around the corners there, the purple and the red ones, is so that it makes it fair for everyone, right? So how do you split up a 3-player? This is what you do, but you each have 4 cities that you're defending. Now, what you'll notice is, see all the missiles going by, those yellow missiles? Those are the things that you have to collect to shoot.
Ah.
So if you stop it again on one of those things, I'll show you.
All right. Hang on.
No, that's single player. Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
right there.
Yep.
So you see those little yellow token things? Those are missiles. So you have to shoot those, and that's how you get missiles to fire to your enemies. So you're defending and you're firing missiles. And you'll notice in the reticles, it shows you all of your information. It shows you how many shields you have left. That's the ring in the center ring. It shows you how many missiles you have in each turret, all those little tiny things on the sides and which turret. And those 3 red things on the top, those are how many missiles you have to fire over to your neighbor.
Yeah, it's for when I first looked at this, like, and see the in-between screens, the menu screens and that, I'm like, there's so much depth to these games that everybody, like, one of the criticisms is like, oh, they're simple games. And I'm looking at this one and Astro Smash and then Moon Patrol later in the video, and I'm like, there's a lot of depth and features in these games.
But the thing that people that I kind of find funny too is that, you know, people they'll say like, oh, these look like cell phone games, or oh, these don't look as good as. Yeah, but PlayStation games are going to be $70, $60, right? So you know, people are forgetting that these games are going to be $10 or less. They're going to be $7, $6, $8. Like, for what you're getting for your $7 or $8, give me a break.
Even an $80 game doesn't guarantee people like your graphics. Look at Halo Infinite. People pissed all over that game, and that's going to be an $80 game. And I'm like, that, like, it doesn't guarantee anything price for graphics. Like, I think people get hung up on that way too much. It's gameplay. Gameplay's always been king in my book.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and then you have other games that look so gorgeous and they actually suck.
Yeah. Well, look at Order 1866.
Stop.
That game looked great. And that had
was
some bad gameplay.
I love that game.
Dude, there are some ugly ass games on the Switch. Are you kidding me? Like if you go in the eShop and go on like the bargain bin section or whatever, I mean, it's like those games look 10 times worse than anything we've ever showed, you know?
And I want to go back really quick.
Don't let all those shitty random simulator games come on to the Amico, because those are all trash.
No, we don't have any. How do you like Monkey here?
Yeah. So somebody actually in our Discord brought up the card game. And this is awesome looking at the controller. Now this is the phone. These are the phone controllers.
Well, I heard somebody say, "Oh, why is the phone wired?" It's like, no, we were just charging it. Fuck, you know.
Oh my God, you should not even answer those questions.
No, you gotta not answer those.
Connected to the thing. I was like, no, clearly that's the charger, for crying out loud, you know.
Yeah. No, but things like this, see, this is where the rubber hits the road on the controller.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, that to me is where, you know, where you really can take the controller, and that's, you know, that reminds me again of the old VMUs on the Sega Dreamcast, you know.
Well, that's the thing too, Mike, is that, you know, the next stuff that we're doing, see how cool this is? Like, you see this little demo and just something simple like that, like touching and the things moving on screen. Our next set of videos is going to be more about like that stuff, you know, more about look how unique the controller is, because that's really the lifeblood of the system. And that's why it was so important to me yesterday to establish with all those developers talking about how much they love the controller, right? So it's not just me saying it. Look, these are developers from all over the world who don't even know each other, and all of them said the same thing. And you're like, oh, well, they're working for you. But no, they didn't. Look, that's their face. That's their reputation, you know?
Oh, this dude. This guy's my favorite.
Oh, so that's Scott.
Yes.
Awesome.
I hear you're going to have him on your show, Pete. Is that true?
Jeez, man, do you have like ears everywhere?
Oh, Scott, he emailed me. Scott emailed me. He's like, who's this OEB Pete? Is he gonna? I said, no, he's the coolest guy ever. You got to do it. He's okay.
No, because I in my life.
But he was the director of the Electric Playground for the first couple of years. Me and him, all those funny things. You know, that, you know, not to diss Victor, because I love Victor, but
he's a straight man. Victor's a straight man.
He's a straight man, but, you know, a lot of the funny stuff, it was me and Scott who did a lot of that funny stuff. And so you can see his humor, you can see his talent. And by the way, when you see his clone floating by, so Scott, and you can ask him about this, he doesn't mind talking about it. So that's actually, Scott had his leg severed at the knee. That's no joke. And what happened was, because he's a filmmaker, and he did that while he was filming a train. So what had happened was, he was on the tracks. He was at a train station, you know, it was on a tracks, and this was after Electric Playground. but he's filming this, and the train's coming at him, and he's like, and it was a stupid thing to do, but he's crazy. He's absolutely nuts, but in a good way. But when he jumped out of the way, and the conductor was like hitting the horn, like get the hell off the track, and he jumped out of the way, and as he jumped off the track, he didn't know that there was another train coming in the opposite direction, and the train, he got nailed by the other train.
Good God.
Crazy. I thought he was going to die. I visited him. I was in the hospital the day it happened, or the next day. It might have been the next day. And he just, I couldn't believe it. He was barely conscious. And I remember, I don't know if he remembers this. I haven't even asked him about this, but I went to Toys R Us, and because he loves action figures and stuff. And I remember I bought him a whole bunch of toys and fun stuff. And I had it in a big trash bag because I couldn't carry it all in. And so I looked like Santa Claus with this big trash bag of toys. But that's a true story. That's how dedicated to his craft he is. Super
He's got
talented
a great
guy.
comedic timing. That part made me laugh the entire time he was speaking. I couldn't hold it together on stream. I was just giggling.
I'm so glad you're going to give him some airtime, Pete, because he deserves it, and he's such a funny guy. And
anyone who can make me laugh gets to. I'd love to chat with, because anyway, I thought it was one of the highlights of the show.
This is super early
about
this one.
Yeah.
This one's got everybody wondering what it was.
What is it?
Yeah, so I mean, you're a ship, and there's a ball, and you can grab the ball, and you're trying to score a goal. But it's like Star Castle, so you got to take the shields off first before you can get the ball in the goal. See the scores on the top. See, it's 7-5.
When you said Rocket League, people were like,
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
trying to score with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
We heard a lot of physics part. Yeah, I was thinking a little eye Darbish too. Little throwback to Mike.
A little bit, sure.
So it looks like if that orb thing hits, if you hit your enemy with that, it like takes away their ability to grab it. Like stun them or something.
If you throw it at them, they can't catch it. But you can if you're on the same team. So that's 4 players.
It's it's 4 players. It's very interesting in a game I didn't expect to see in the conference, but I was quite happy to see it.
Different. It was super early, but you know what? We're like, let's show something super, super early. Like Finnegan Fox was super early, but we wanted to show it just because it was new. But there's Kevin. He's funny too.
Is N-Bit with the coffee cup and the sweater? The Bob Newhart sweater? Just made me laugh so hard.
Good. Peter, was there something in chat? I thought.
I don't know.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something. Lance says people said, which I said, Asteroids meets Warlords. People are pining for a Warlords game.
Yeah, we're doing Warlords. Yeah,
it reminds me.
In fact, I might have Gandalf do it.
Man, if he does it, what he's doing with like Astro Smash.
Well, that's what I mean.
Right.
Or
this
Missile
game looks a lot.
Missile Command 3.
This one is what threw me off, because it looks very much like it kept the VR. Some of the camera pans, not all of them.
So the camera's been fixed since this. The camera was too far back and a little too wonky when we recorded.
It kind of fuzzy. Like when you, I know when you're playing something like this in VR, it looks that way. Like if you're looking around, it just looks kind of fuzzy just because of how VR is. But it looked like
that's all footage running off Amico. Yeah, that's running off
Earthworm Jim
in the background.
Jim, look at that.
I wonder
it is Earthworm Jim in the background.
I wonder why there's the cow, and he's a huge Earthworm Jim fan. But wouldn't it be something? We have different modes in Earthworm Jim, and so we may or may not be utilizing Chicken Waffle to do a certain very interesting part of the Earthworm Jim game. I'll leave it at that.
That would be cool.
So we have different developers working on different gameplay.
This was the game that I first saw. Go ahead.
He's always in 4th place.
He's just not very good at the game he's building.
Well, he's in second place there. Oh, no, now he's back in
Yeah,
fourth.
no, I'm in fourth place.
No, that's all right.
No, the camera's already been fixed already. It's like, see, we had to, in order to make all these trailers, you know, and I cut together, I edited a lot of these. We had to record the game footage like, you know, weeks and weeks ago. And again, you know, the games are all being worked on. They're being, they're being fixed and we pushed the camera angle in a little bit. And so it's all like, see how far back that was? Way too far back. That's too far back. But you need to see the track too, though. So, it's stuff. It's all stuff in the tweaking process. And again, let me just say, this is the game now. Imagine 8 months from now.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
I mean,
this is what I'm looking forward to.
Well, I am
Same.
so looking forward to this game. It's one of the first games I saw on the
And
Amico when I started covering it.
We're gonna have two different. We're gonna have a couple of different ways that you can choose to control it too. You know, because there's screen relative, where you know wherever you put the disc is where the car turns to the track, or you can have it like a real steering wheel where I'm going to turn right. I want the car to go right at all times, no matter where he was. You know, so some people like that, some people don't. So we're like, well, let's just give them the choice. Like, give them the option, whatever one you like to do, and motion controls as well.
so this was another one. This was
This
another
game
one.
is awesome.
Have you played it, Frankie?
Yes,
You played it like the Switch version or PlayStation?
the Switch version.
Switch, yeah. So again, this is a perfect example of how, you know, every game on Amico is going to be exclusive in some way. You know, here's a game that's ported to many different platforms, but the version that we're doing, it's going to be, it's going to be this, but you know, multiplayer, right? So this is the example of, you know, because I think sometimes the haters get so insulted when you say it's not an exclusive game. Like, to them, exclusive means it can only be on one platform ever. And what I keep saying, I said, look, every game, the versions that we have an exclusive version of the game. Go look on what the definition of the word exclusive is. Go ahead. I'll wait. You know, it's like, you know, the version that we have on our game is not going to be available anywhere else. That means that Rigid Force Redux Enhanced will be exclusive on the Amico. The multiplayer version is exclusive on the Amico. Is this a game, a port of another game? Yes, but not in. But we're not. It's not an exact port, you know. So everyone will never do an exact port of a game. If we have something that's on our, and by the way, who cares anyway? Every system has 1,000 different ports. Like, they're all of a sudden like, oh my God, there was an Evel Knievel game that was similar 5 years ago on mobile. This is just okay. Every game system has thousands of ports, you know, and they're trying to like hold me up. You know, it's like, whatever.
I mean,
So-
honestly, like, for me, like, if I'm seeing games that I recognize from something else I've played them on coming to the Amico, I'm now thinking, like, okay, the Amico's starting to get the attention of guys who normally put out games elsewhere. Like, to
on the
me,
big
that's
three.
not, that's not, you know, oh, well, yeah, you're just getting a port, but it's like, dude, you're fucking getting this game on the Amico. Like,
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
awesome.
So there's-
That's
right.
I
another
would
game I'm
never
gonna
play
double
this
dip on.
game unless
Dude.
it was on the Amico, because I'm a vertical shoot 'em up guy. Like, I very
Yeah.
seldom play like
Well, like
R-Type
Astro
Darius.
Smash then.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll love that for different reasons. I'm like a 1943 guy, you know,
Yeah.
Helios guy. That's what I love. Those are
Ikaruga.
River Raid.
River Raid.
Oh, absolutely.
Where
River Raid's
were
one of my
you
favorite
guys?
games
Where
ever,
were you
right?
guys when I did my shmup retro video from the other day? I got and Pete, since you got to go at 11 our time before you leave, I wasn't going to do a retro way back segment tonight because I didn't know how long we go, but because you're here,
Xevious, yeah.
I have it. I have the one that I want to do.
I'm here until I get yelled at by the wife, and then I'll leave. And she's not here right now, so I'm here.
So, but and R-Type is still coming,
by Atari,
right?
Can I just answer this because it's important? Yes. So Pong by Atari. This is such a great question. Are there gameplay changes in Evel Knievel game? Yes, there are. Is that going to be a straight up port? No, Tim, like I said, Tim's great too. I always see him on making comments on YouTube. So we're never going to have exact ports of any games ever. But the Evel Knievel game, we're changing a lot of stuff. Even the ragdoll physics we've changed. We've changed, we have different gameplay modes. Like I said in the Kelly Knievel interview, we're having the Sky Bike in there now. And so 4 players. So yeah, we're adding so much stuff. Even Evel Knievel, because this is all playing off the Amico. Look at his stomach. Pause it on it. Well,
all right, I'll go back.
We even changed. If you look on the mobile game.
Are you punking me like Pete did earlier?
No. Okay. I'm being serious on this one. Even Evil's stomach looks like we changed the character. Because he looked a little pudgy on the other one. But in our version, this is all running off Amico, 60 frames a second. See how skinny he looks?
Uh-huh.
Now, if you were to, like his belly, if you were to go, and his thighs, go look on the mobile version, and he looks pudgy.
I want chicken now for some reason.
So, yeah, we're changing so many things. We're adding things. We're doing audio and tracks and gameplay and multiplayer and so many different things. So
Tommy, you mentioned with Evel Knievel a while back, a long time ago, probably 6 months ago or whatever, that you thought about adding different vehicles in there to give people options. Is that still something on the table or something that you moved away from?
It's on the table. We're focused on the motorcycle and the Skyrocket first, because the Skyrocket is a completely different type of gameplay. It's not like on a track or this and that. It's the canyon jump. It's the Snake Canyon jump, right? So lifting off and trying to get over the canyon and that type of thing, and you'll be able to use the motion controls in the air to like steady it out and stuff. And but if we have time, we'd also like to get like a truck and a buggy in there as well. But those different tracks would have to be made, but like a monster truck kind of track. So it's on the drawing board right now. But I can't guarantee that, but it's in the Wonka book, and we've talked about it with the team.
By the way, BR Nexus has asked a couple of times, what games have you been composing music for?
Astro Smash, Night Stalker, Finnegan Fox.
Oh, that should be fun.
I'm just doing some. I'm usually doing like one, because like Finnegan Fox, we're using the original composer who worked on the Fox and Forest game, but we're redoing all the music with like real instruments and stuff. It's really great, and this is kind of like a successor to. I don't know if anyone's Fox and Forest was a Kickstarter project by Bonus Level, and those are the same guys who are doing Shark for us. And I absolutely love their Fox and Forest game, but there was a lot of issues and it got a little too complex.
Well, it was pixel art too, right?
Pixel art, and it got too complicated too early, and you had to go back and redo a lot of replay levels and stuff. So I said, look, guys, I love the, and he was called Rick the Fox. I said, look, I like Fox and Forest. There's things I like about it. But, would you guys think about, what if we did like a spiritual successor to Fox and Forest? Maybe it's his cousin or his brother or whatever, and we broke it out into its own game, did more of like this beautiful cartoon. And they said, oh my God, we would love to do that. And so, and we made the game more simple, and we made the controls more simple, and we added more levels, and we made it multiplayer and plus. So it is really its own unique original IP, but it shares some of the DNA of this Fox and Forest games that was on the Switch.
Yeah, I
And
actually like the new art style than the pixel art. It reminds me of the Monster Boy game that got redone.
Isn't
where-
Monster Boy great?
They redid it with that kind of cartoony graphics from the old pixel art graphics, and I prefer the new look. It's just
I'll tell you an interesting story. Those Monster Boy guys are based out of Japan, and they're huge Earthworm Jim fans. And Jason Enos, who you saw, the VP of production, who introduced our developer section, he's friends with those guys. I think he worked with them at Konami or something when he was there, or maybe Namco. And so we were actually talking to them because they're such huge Earthworm Jim fans. We were talking to them about possibly being the team we were going to choose to help program the new Earthworm Jim game because Monster Boy was so great. So, but they were just too busy. They loved it, but they're too busy. Our schedule didn't match up. But they're awesome, super talented guys.
Somebody asked in the chat earlier too, and I'm sorry I missed it, and I can't. The chat doesn't go back far enough for me to remember his name, but he did ask about this, and actually, one of our dear friends, Super Cooper, in Discord said this too. He said, "Oh, ow."
That's the toy.
Yeah, I know, but still, are you guys thinking of doing any kind of pixel art games?
There's one that we are considering, but it looks really good. It's not like that 8-bit pixel art. It's more like 30. It's more like Saturn pixel art.
Oh,
it looks really nice,
like Clockwork Knight, that style.
Yeah, but is that pixel art or is that just kind of?
That's why you're here, Mike.
It's
I was thinking more of a style if I'm thinking pixel art.
It's better than 16-bit graphics.
Maybe Guardian Heroes, Mike, has got
maybe.
Guardian Heroes is the one I think is probably one of the best looking
What's it called,
Saturn games.
Guardian Heroes.
Guardian Heroes.
Guardian Heroes on Sega Saturn. I have it here. Let
me see what that looks like. Guardian Heroes.
And I was also thinking of a style, which is really.
Let me see what these images look like here, and I'll tell you if it's. I would say.
I don't know if you can see that or not, but.
Yeah. No, I can. I'm looking at screenshots of it now.
It's definitely a 32-bit pixel. Like it's.
I would say it's a cross between this, but less than this, but more than 16-bit. So kind of in between. So it's 24-bit.
In my opinion, if you could hit Sega Saturn quality, that style 2D art on Amico, that would be amazing. Because Mike, you can back me up on that. I mean, Sega Saturn, beautiful games.
Rich, gotta go. See you, Rich.
Rich, always great to have you in the chat, my brother. Again, one of the great guys that I've met through Pete.
Rich is my bro.
Yeah. It took me a while for him in the chat to realize that's Retro Rich. So
Bacon Ice Cream Productions.
Yeah, it took a great place to go look, guys. Bacon and Ice Cream Productions. Check them out on YouTube. But it's those kind of Saturn that era, you hit that, you'll make Pete and I happy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, like Sega Saturn, like it gets crapped on all the time going up against PlayStation, but I'll maintain to this day its 2D engine is amazing
unmatched
and better than PlayStation ever could accomplish.
And when people could actually code to it, I mean, remember it did have the better fighter in Virtua Fighter 2.
Yeah, when they took advantage of both chips, both processors, the right way, it's just anyway. But I can go on. Guardian Heroes is beautiful, beautiful game.
Lance Jennings, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Ooh, that would be something.
Have to play Guardian Heroes again.
I wonder who owns Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
I think that's Mattel.
Mattel, is it?
If not them, I don't think any. Well, let's see. There's no Hasbro anymore. There's Hasbro. There's no Parker Brothers or.
There's only Hasbro and Mattel.
Yeah, exactly.
if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Hasbro
let's see.
swallowed up everything.
I know they did. Rock'em Sock'em Robots is Mattel. Well, gee.
Well, look at that.
I wonder if you could get them, Tommy. Mattel would be a
Yeah, because robots beating up on each other is E+10, right?
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How do you do a boxing game without showing blood?
There you go. So I want to ask you about some of the finer things. So we've seen a lot of the games, right? We've seen, and I'm just going to bring up the pre-order thing again, so people know that where they can pre-order it at GameStop if they want the Galaxy Purple. But
is that like multi-tone? Does it go from purple to blue, or is it just a lighting?
I think lighting. It's kinda...
Yeah, it's more purple. It really is purple. But yeah, and that's only a render. So I like the real thing better than the render.
Sure. You don't have
But
a
it's-
real thing yet.
I wish I could pre-order it, Tommy. I wish
The
I could
real one
pre-order it.
looks different from that, though. The same thing with the red one. The red one doesn't look like the render that we have.
Yeah.
It's cool, but it's just different. It was like the black one, like when you guys saw the black and the white one. Those were two working machines on the table. Obviously, I had the Tron Amico blue light running on the console. You know, a little nod to Tron there.
Thanks for answering that question, by the way, in your Q&A, because I know you get asked about Tron Deadly Discs a lot.
Yeah.
And,
Hey,
you know,
I could have just not answered that at all, or not even picked that question. But I'm like, yeah, let's talk about it. It's true.
You know, Disney needs to get. They just need to get with you and get that done, because I mean
They
that's
just don't. Yeah.
You know.
No, exactly, and they're going through some tough times right now, so it might be a great time to do something with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Rule has a great question in chat. It's like,
What's
how's that red one going to make it to OEBP? I can't get the
Find
purple
out
one
soon
because it's
enough.
not in Canada. There's no red one available.
Pete, but Pete, you know how we've been saying, you know, you've been asking, and Christian Martin, C-Mart,
We have a
and so
plan.
many other people in Canada have been asking, like,
certified.
how are we going to get this stuff in Canada? How are we going to get this stuff in Canada? Were you guys like, what did you get in Canada yesterday? Best Buy, EB, Walmart, Amazon. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
You know, no Canadian
I'm just
Tire
waiting
in
for
here,
it to drop, man. I want a purple one. I want a blue one. I want every color. Like, I'll buy them all.
Yeah.
I'll have
Earthworm
them all
Jim
stacked
one.
behind me right here.
Peter's brother certified in the chat.
Oh wow!
Oh man, he pops his
trying
head
to
out every
see.
once in a while. What is going on? So, and I promised, by the way, John Forscars, I promised him I'd get him on the show one of these nights too, because we were talking about the show in DM, and you know, he was really excited. But let's so I think I want to talk about
hang on. Zonner, will there be any RPG games?
Ooh.
I mean, Cloudy Mountain is kind of action RPG, I would say, maybe. More on the action side than the RPG. But, you know, I need to talk to those, what is it, Gerudo Valley? What's the name of that game on Steam that everyone loves?
Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking of stupid.
Valley.
Never mind. I'm tired here.
Loves that
I
game.
haven't slept in a while.
never played it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stardew Valley. I should talk to those guys to see if we could do something with them. But yeah, right now there's no. Aside from AD&D, we really don't have. Or it's not AD&D. It's Cloudy Mountain.
Anthium is asking a question about
All right.
Moon Patrol moon buggies, because it is. There's
He's
like
been
an
he's
upgrade
been on
feature
that. He's been on
He's
that
been on
since
all day. He's been tweeting.
he's been
about
on
it,
that Moon Patrol all day long.
Moon
Hey,
Patrol.
well, I showed a couple Easter eggs in there. Did you see the one,
yeah.
the pink car that was like farting out hearts?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Like, I thought
love
that
the
was
fact
fun.
that the buggy lights up when the aliens come, by the way. When the ships are
Yeah,
fired
the
at
buggy
you.
lights up, and also if you notice when you jump, there's these little like fire rockets underneath. That's how you're jumping so high. So when you're jumping, it's like the rockets are underneath the
Oh,
underneath the
When you
underneath
see
the buggy.
When you
And-
see
but-
the main menu too, it says, didn't it say upgrades in the main menu?
Oh
Of
yeah,
Moon
no,
Patrol?
you can go in and you can when you complete certain levels, you can open up new skins. And so I had them all opened up for when I was showing the thing. So you're trying to get new skins, and we have an Intellivision one. It's like the classic Intellivision with the Running Man and the wood grain and gold. It's so cool. I didn't show that one in the demo because I wanted to save that as a secret. But the one of the things you'll notice, you'll see the Flying Tigers one. I try to get like Flying Tigers into every single game. And the reason I love Flying Tigers so much, not because of the story itself about who they were and what they did and everything like that, but why I love the Flying Tigers so much is that when me and my dad, when I was a kid, you know, did your dads ever like make model airplanes with you? Like that was like a thing in the 80s, right?
Yeah, my dad would build a couple with me.
What's that?
My dad would build a couple with me. Not many, but he'd build a couple.
And so my dad was like totally into it. And so the first one we built ever together was a P-40 Warhawk, which is the Flying Tiger. And so that's why I always love that thing. So it reminds me of my dad. But yeah, so one of the buggies you'll notice in the demo, you'll see the Flying Tiger on it, but you'll notice the number is 68 on one side. Which is that was the year I was born, 1968. And then on the other side of it is 77. And that was my number in baseball. When I played baseball, I was number 77. So it's kind of a little things in there, you know.
Nice. Very nice. And I agree with Pong. He says we need to bring the buttons back to the Moon Patrol demo.
The buttons?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
Because on the original demo, when you played in button mode, you actually had the button. You had the icons for the buttons: forward, backward, jump, and fire. They're gone out of the new demo.
Well, yeah, but the whole screen. I mean, you don't see them visually.
No, but they do kind of get. I will admit, they do get your thumbs end up getting in the way of the screen a little bit. Go back and check it out.
Son of a. I'm playing it right now. You're right. My big fat thumbs get in the way.
Yeah, it does get in the way. If you,
I guess I'm confused because there's actually more buttons. There's more.
Well, there's
parts
more
of the
screen,
button now.
but what happens is where it used to be, your thumbs were down at the bottom, and you didn't. Now you have to be up a little bit because the score and all that's down there.
You can put it at the bottom.
How?
We just expanded the button. We just took the graphic out, but the whole area is expanded. It's not shrunk.
No. But what used to be there were actual button icons, and they were easier to hit. Otherwise, it wasn't that they were necessarily easier to hit.
It was just the graphic. It was just fooling.
Right. But what happens is when you're all right. Hold on. I'm bringing it up.
There's more area now than there was before.
No. I know there's more area, but the way that it is, that hold on, I'm bringing it up. Okay.
Because you can touch the bottom.
Well, you not necessarily because hold on, let me bring it. I'm getting it.
Pete, are you playing it?
Yeah, man.
Of course he's playing it.
You can touch the very bottom of the screen, right?
Yes, of course.
The very bottom? Hold on. The very.
No.
Hold it.
Be better at gaming.
Hold it. All right, if you're telling me that I can touch where the score is.
You can touch the bars down on the bottom, Mike. They're all buttons.
Yeah, you can touch those.
Oh.
Yeah, they're all buttons.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got it.
It's pretty straightforward.
All right. I retract.
But you gotta say though, we have to say I'm not a mobile gamer. I absolutely despise.
No, but Mike, let me tell you, Mike. Though one thing is because it's a little area, and I agree the touchscreen sucks. For this game, but it is all we had, right? It's way better on the Amico controller, of course.
And he says I'm hired for customer support.
But if you touch the middle of the screen and you change the controls, now the whole side of the thing becomes one's the jump and one's the.
But you can't control
and then you have to tilt to go forward or tilt to go back. So if you're having problems with the 4 buttons, just switch it to the other controls, and it takes a little to get used to. But then like a whole third of the screen is now the jump button. And on the other side, the third of the screen is the shoot button. So that's why we put those 2 controls in there. But
Got it.
Anthony says he likes working with the motion controls better.
Yeah. To each their own. I don't like the motion controls at all.
Yeah, I don't either, Pete. I like the other one better because I got used to
that old tilting stuff. I'm an old dog. I like the buttons. The virtual buttons, like I said, I mean, for me, it looks great. It plays as good as a mobile game could play based on my limited experience with mobile games. But I just can't wait to grab it on the Amico.
No, everyone's playing the game now. No one's paying attention in the stream.
Well, they should be, man. This is how many downloads have you gotten of this since it hit?
Oh, that's a great
Honestly,
question.
Tons.
Probably
Must
a couple
be tons.
times. Yeah.
No,
That's a
man,
great
it's gotta be
question.
more than that.
Let me see. Does it say it on the if I open the app? Or no, you have to go to the store, right? Doesn't it say it on the store?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I haven't checked it. Like
You're asking obviously the wrong audience
Yeah.
here.
let me see. Amico Club.
But it looks great on my iPhone. Like it
Doesn't look. It plays
it's
smooth.
beautiful, and
And
I've
by
got
the
an
way,
iPhone.
it plays even better on the on Amico. What's it
On my
By
say?
the way, there's my wood grain console in the background there. There's my wood grain.
You want that one? The one
That's
with
the one I got.
pieces?
That's the one. No. Well, yeah, but that's the one I ordered. I ordered the wood grain.
This was a good segment here. This was a great segment, Tommy. With you.
This is funny because like
Yes.
they're like, oh, should we hit? I'm like, look, let me just riff. I said, let me just put me in front of the table and turn the camera on. Don't worry about it. I'll come up with something. And so this was all just on the fly. I didn't have any of this written or anything.
Yeah, this whole thing where the motion control. Brrr, that was funny.
Yeah, my favorite was the spring.
Yeah, mine too. That was
Here's
hilarious.
the spring. Oh, there goes the spring.
So what this did was,
And by the way, I do know what that thing is. I was being facetious.
I know you.
Like, do you know what this
it
is? I have no idea what this
It's
is.
better
there goes
it's
the
better
spring.
for everyone that we think you don't know, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Well,
works
it's
much
more
better.
funny.
Am I the only one who likes the gloss better?
I like the gloss better, but everybody, it's
Because I find a matte looks cheap. Like it looks
I mean,
like
I would look
paint
if you
like-
go, whichever one you go with, I'm fine. That wood grain looks just beautiful. I can't
Well,
wait.
this is what we're doing.
I'm
I'll tell you.
canceling my founders if it's not glass. There, done.
Uh-oh.
Just kidding.
The thing is that we're going to have proper focus testing because people can't really judge it from
Right.
the video.
That is just beautiful, though.
Look at that. That's just pretty.
That
I
is-
love
I mean, that is-
I love that system.
Hold on,
because
hold on. I'm
You
backing up.
zoom
for a
in,
second.
Mike. If you could see
Don't.
the fact that it's been played a lot. Because
Okay, I was
it
gonna
looks like
say.
the fingerprints all
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, if you tell me you can recognize the guy on the front. No, I mean,
Did you see the Running Man lit up
yep,
and
I
everything?
see the Running Man lit up. I see. I mean,
And
that's
you can
just
control all those lights in the menu, right, Tommy? And you can
Yeah,
set them
yeah. You
whatever
can turn them
color
on,
you
you can turn them off if you wanted to make that purple or white or blue or turn it off or green,
Yeah.
whatever. You can.
Right.
That's when it's sitting in. Because one of the things that people don't realize, and that's why I wanted to show this. Because already people are like, they faked it because when he hit skiing, it did a close up on his hands. What do you want me to sit there for 12 seconds while the game loads in? Come on. I show the thing turning on. You can see how quick it turns on. It goes right to the menu. You can see me picking a game, and then it goes in and it starts to load. And then you cut, and you can see the load. Wait, what do you want me to sit there for 12 seconds? Yeah, that's entertainment. So it's like, okay, fine. Now I'll go have to make a video where we hit skiing and then we watch the thing load in silence for 12 seconds. I guess that's what we have to do next. So it's like, it's just so.
Tell them the developer version has an SSD in it.
Yeah.
So look, I wanted to get to this part because I do want to talk about the show itself. We saw, now that I go back and look at it, we've been here almost 2 hours showing nothing but game footage. So I mean, it's I know that from a gaming perspective, from a gamer perspective, there were things that I wanted to see that we didn't see. I wanted to see.
Sure. B-17 bomb.
I
right?
wanted
No,
to
you
see.
wanted to
Yep. And see, and that's. I also love the fact that you know me well enough now to know that that's one of my go-tos. But I wanted to see a little more Night Stalker. I wanted to see a little more of, some of the stuff that's coming, and that's my selfish gamer part.
No, but I'm with you, Mike. Here's the thing. This is the important thing. Now that we've had to push 6 months, that means that we need to over the next 8 months we need to drip out awesome information. We didn't want to blow everything on this thing, so we're going to do a separate Night Stalker thing. We're going to do a separate thing with the controller. We're going to do a separate thing with the hardware itself, the unboxing, if you will. We're going to do so many different things coming up that we really wanted to. I had 100. No doubt. I'm not even joking. I had over 100 things written in the spreadsheet of things that we could have shown or could have done. Jay Allard look at the list, because I'm like, I want to do all of them, and Jay Allard's like, are you crazy? Like, there's no way. What do you want this thing to be, 3 hours? No, we can do it all in 50 minutes. He's like, you're not.
I know a thing or two about an E3 conference.
Yeah, and he was right. So me and Jay started hacking, and this whole table setup, that was Jay's idea, because I didn't even have it.
That sounds like a Jay Allard thing. He was always showing hardware.
Yeah, he's like, you should show the console in pieces, like show people that, like, so they don't think it's like just some off the shelf thing,
So that's it, and that's the thing that and Pete, you could back me up because we talked about this yesterday. What I realized, I took off my gamer hat for a minute and I put on my old gaming journalist hat, and I put on the old, what I know from trade shows and things like that. I know two things. Number one, you needed to show people that this thing is real, that it exists, that for better or worse, for what you showed, that this isn't the Coleco Chameleon. You needed to show that this thing actually is a product that is coming out, and that is why you showed developers from all over the world that are talking about how great it is to make games for it. That's why you talked about.
Yesterday was all
retailers.
about legitimacy
right.
and confirmation.
Right.
That, everyone's heard me talk about this for 2.5, 3 years. I wanted to show everybody how everybody else around the world who's touched it and seen it and play it, how excited and passionate they are. So let's have me stop talking. Well, I mean, I talked about it as well too, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that's so important, was that we wanted to establish, if nothing else, is that, look, it's not just Tommy excited about this thing he's made, or the team, even the internal Intellivision team, but look at all of these people around the world, and every video had that. Boom, we hit you over the head every 30 seconds with that. And so that was really what was the main theme overall that I wanted to get across, that this is a real thing with people around the world who believe in it and who love it as much as I do. And that was the main goal of that. Make it to legitimize everything. Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon, GameStop. This legitimizes this thing. Ouya never had anything, a conference where they could say anything like that. Coleco Chameleon never did. And I would say even Google Stadia didn't go into this much detail as that we've gone into this far out, right? Sony hasn't shown anything like this from a hardware perspective. You haven't seen. Now, we're coming out now after Sony and Microsoft, right? Well, has Sony and Microsoft shown their system playing a game with, have they showed their system turn on and boot? Have they showed their system, so it's like, well, geez, and again, not to compare us to them, but this is a rare thing to see this far out. But we just wanted to show people, look, it's not that we weren't done, that we missed the October 10th date. It's that, look, this thing is playing, this thing is doing everything. This thing is, because again, some certain people said that the machine wasn't done, the controllers don't work, they're looking for firmware people to write firmware for the controllers. Excuse me. And by the way, this was working a year ago. So it was more about, let me legitimize, let me put all that other stuff behind, and now let's move on. But of course, they're picking apart this,
but you know what, I want to say, you're right. I want to say, and I'll say it again, and I already booted somebody out of the chat room for this. You suck the oxygen out of the room, and they have nothing to breathe with. And you know, I said it yesterday too. We've got to get past worrying about those people, because they're A, not your audience, and B, you know, that's just it's there to bring them clicks and revenue, and that's not what we're about. And you know, we're about bringing the positivity. We're about showing the games. That's why we love when you're here, because you come and you talk to us about this thing, and you've been real every time, just like you're real right here in the video. And to show this, then to show and I thought this was more important. You showed the retailers. You talked about Walmart, which is no joke. You talked about Amazon, which is no joke. Best Buy, you have John. You talked about Koch over in
Games in Canada. Pete knows that's big up there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're huge. Like when I talked about this last thing on Amico All Access, I said, so never, like, I already knew it was legitimate. You didn't have to tell me, right? But I said, for anybody who's on the fence or questions this, Walmart being involved in any product should make you stand up and listen, because they don't suffer fools. There's a reason. Like I said, there's an international airport in the same city in where Walmart's at because people come to them to pitch products. They want to be involved with them, and they have their choice of everything. And the fact that the Amico is showing up in Walmart, that's the biggest retailer in the world.
They have exclusive 1-Up arcade machines that only sell through them. They've had exclusive Xbox One and PS4 consoles that only sell through them. And by the way, for the Xbox One, to tell you the market that they try to keep within, that console that they sold only through Walmart was a Minecraft bundle. So this is exactly the demographic that the Amico goes for. And so but to have them out there and go and to have look, you're going to be able to pre-order this at GameStop. You're going to be able to pre-order that is, you did what you had to do. And once I got past the selfish gamer piece, I understood more and more, because you also know that I want to touch this thing so badly. You know that we are.
You're talking about Amico, right?
Yes.
Not me.
No, not you. You're my Italian brother, but no. Yes, I am disappointed, like many of us are, that we're not going to get this in October. And by the way, I just want you to know something from a personal standpoint. When you talked about that on the front of the video, and it's doing it to me now, and you talked about the importance and your sister and all that, and you choked up for a quick second. And I am telling you, I'm in the middle of a work meeting trying to watch this thing, and I choked. I had to turn my camera off because we do Teams meetings. I had to turn because I choked up. That is the emotional connection that you make. That is just. I mean, I got emotional watching you get emotional, and so
we recorded that about 3 or 4 times, and I was trying not to do that. I was trying to get through that, and then finally I know I told you guys last night, but for everybody else. They're like the director and my marketing maven, Kara. She's like, leave it in. I'm like, but I said I don't want people to feel awkward. Like, I don't want people, and I don't want it to seem like people are like, thinking I'm trying to get pity. Like that would be the worst thing that to talk about my sister in that way or whatever. And they're like, no, it doesn't come across as that. It comes across as you're being real and you're being genuine. And because they all know me, right? And they're like, look, you're an emotional person, like you wear your heart on your sleeve. And sometimes it's, sometimes you get angry and sometimes you're happy. Most of the time you're happy and sometimes you're emotional. And it's like, that's who you are. Why why hide that? If that's how you're feeling, then I'm like, well, if I said, I'll leave it in your guys' hands. I said, I'll keep trying to do it. They're like, no, let's move on. We got 2 or 3 good ones.
Yeah.
So that was the one they picked.
Remember what I told you before? You know, it was one thing that Intellivision was coming out. This was before I knew you were involved in it. And I'm like, hey, it was Intellivision. Hey.
Right.
That first time you were on here in January,
Okay.
was like the energy that you had, more than anything we looked at on the screen. The energy you had talking to us that almost went 4 hours was
Okay.
It did, but that energy sold me and sold Peter. And Chris is not here tonight, but John and Frankie. I mean, we 4 of us are Founders Edition owners. Off of that, blind faith in
Thanks
you.
to the hot discount, by the way, for the store. I love
Oh,
this
there
thing.
you go. Hey.
Yeah.
But that blind faith in you is what sold us, and the simplicity of Jay Williams, our friend Graphic God, he's actually an hour ahead of us, so he went to bed already. But I remember the second time you were here, and he asked you a simple question about one-handed gaming, and you took the time to answer him, and that was it. That's all he needed to go get one.
Yeah. Well, you can play cornhole, no problem with
Yeah.
that. There's one.
But I mean, this is the reality, and watching the show back and understanding it from the perspective of this is the starting line.
This is real. Yeah,
Right.
This is the start of, this is our day where we say, enough of me talking. Let's
Here we
show
are.
everybody else. Let's show the machine working. Let's show everything working. Let's show the retails. Let's show the big giant Sesame Street and Major League Baseball and Mattel. And by the way, I could have mentioned 3 or 4 more big ones, but we're saving those down the road. You know, we want to, but yeah. And just, the reason we showed our customer experience people as well, Kevin and Brittany, was because we wanted to show there's real people behind the thing. When you email Brittany, this is a real person. It's not somewhere in a different country or somewhere. Like, these are real people that are here that care and who are just as passionate about this as I am. So, that's the deal. That's why I wanted to show those people too, get them in front of the camera. I want people to know that we're real. It's not just me in my garage doing some Kickstarter project, and that's I think that's one of the big things that that really that are really going to make a lot of people kind of perk up and go, oh wow, this is a big thing.
Yeah, and that this is the starting line. So now,
Yeah.
and I said yesterday and Pete can back me up again. I said, this is before now you start talking about the whatever show it's going to be, Ellen and Oprah, and you get on.
Yeah.
You get on.
Yeah.
Now you start your marketing. Now you really start to put.
Not even now though.
Maybe
not now.
so maybe in December. Maybe in December.
No,
Really?
past Christmas. You got to be, because if we're not selling anything at Christmas,
That's true.
you don't
I
want to
guess
be
that's
marketing
true.
in Christmas.
I guess that's
'Cause
true.
it's so expensive.
So
right?
January, February, right?
Well,
It's
again,
called the
think
Super
about
Bowl,
it,
Mike.
though. If we don't have
The
anything,
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, there you go. But if you don't have anything to sell, there's no reason on spending a lot of advertising dollars if somebody can't go out and buy it.
All right,
You
fair
know?
enough. Fair enough.
They can pre-order it, but real big advertising. And again, look, if I get one chance at Ellen or one chance on the Tonight Show, you're doing that the week it comes out. You're not doing that a month or 2 months ahead of time.
You know what you
You'd
do?
be crazy to, right?
Does Conan still do that gaming segment?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
that's where you want to go.
We've already. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah.
Yeah,
We've been talking to them.
and then you got to get.
They love us, by the way.
I'm sure.
Love it. Love
I'm
it.
sure, but this was
Ellen, And their folks love the thing. Remember last year I showed this thing of me with the controller outside of Ellen's thing?
Mm-hmm.
So, that was, they've come down to our office. They've played the machine. So it's great stuff. We're looking forward to hopefully working with these people in the future.
Okay. Well, like I said, I got it. I understand more going through it again, what you were trying to do, and putting it into perspective. And then,
And we wanted to show gameplay as well because we knew people wanted to see that, and new things. We know they wanted to see that. So we have so much content that we have to get to over the next, 8 months now. We got a lot of stuff coming. Got to save some of it.
What was the thought process behind April? I mean, that is far away. I mean, you're not a year away. That's good, but
yeah, no. April, because Christmas is a big, Hanukkah, that's a big.
Thank you, Tommy. I love you.
That's a big deal. Pete's trying to make me laugh.
What are you doing?
It's evil Pete.
Oh my God.
This is
It looks a little bit like Craig.
Oh my God.
Like Craig. Oh, it's Pete from Destroy All Humans.
Sorry.
I forgot your question. What was it?
I don't remember either. Oh, why April?
Why did you
April?
do? Oh, April. Well, because here's the thing: Christmas and Hanukkah is the number one holiday season where people spend money.
Right.
Do you know what number 2 is?
Tax season.
April
Easter.
15th.
Yeah. Tax time.
Day. That's when everybody gets their tax returns back.
Yep.
That's the second Christmas.
Yep.
And our retailers were saying, like, look, we never have anything to sell at like March and April. And one of the reasons it's April also is because remember the Chinese New Year, which happens from, the end of January to the end of February. So that means
2-week window.
You cannot manufacture anything within those months. So we have to start manufacturing in January to get stuff on the shelf in April. So, so you see where it's all,
Yeah.
there's so much involved.
No, definitely. So, and then, it's just us, waiting. It's the long wait.
Hey, it gives you more stuff to talk about.
Very true. Very true. Gives us more chances to get you on the show too.
Exactly.
I
got to take off though, guys. I think Pete's got to go too.
Yeah, you guys, and it is 11
steam
o'clock.
coming out of his ears, so he needs to go.
I'm sorry, I'm just having fun.
Thank you. And by the way, I just want to say one more shout out. I did read Anthium. I read you had a really nice couple lines for me. I appreciate it. Mike was talking. I didn't want to interrupt him, but thank you for that. It really means a lot. Really nice words there, Anthium. I appreciate it. I just wanted to. Eddie Glue is so awesome. I always see him in comments on YouTube sticking up for us. He's a great guy.
Yeah, these are good people.
Thank you for the support, Eddie. You're always there. Same with that Atari Tim guy.
Atari Tim is one of my original subscribers.
He's the best.
And he's here all the time too. He's in here all the time. Because
Thank
we
you.
also, when you're not here, we actually do talk about like Xbox and PlayStation and stuff like that.
Oh, sure.
And
I'm only allowed to come talk about Amico. Apparently, that's all I'm allowed to do.
Wait, well, oh my God, no! I didn't expect us to
talk
go.
about Funkos too.
I didn't expect us to go 2 hours talking about this. Look, I will take every bit of moment we could get with you, Tommy, because I know that your time is valuable, and I know
Tommy,
that
do you have a
lot
Funko?
to go.
I have the Spider-Man one. I have the
No. Do you have a Tommy Tallarico?
Like a Tommy Tallarico.
So
we should do a Running Man one.
hey,
You should.
Yeah.
I would do a Running Man Funko though.
Why
Dude,
not?
they
He's
do
a
those.
blood.
They
They've
do
done
those Pixel Pal ones.
Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, contact them. That company's awesome.
Yeah.
They're like
They did.
an hour south of me.
So
Yeah.
our marketing head, Kara, who you saw in the video, she worked at Mattel, and her best friend at Mattel now runs Funko, or is the marketing person at Funko. And so we met with Funko at Toy Fair in February in New York, and they're like, "Yeah, let's do something." So we're there.
Dude, get Funkos, man. Like
Funko.
I'll throw money at you.
A Funko, more than he already does.
Finnegan Fox would be a good Funko.
Even the Amico system itself.
A Funko platformer, wouldn't that be something?
Oh, that's a good idea.
So
with all the licensed characters, yeah, kind of like Lego does.
Yeah.
Oh.
So would you do us one other favor, our brother Tommy? This weekend, would you get some sleep?
This weekend I'm gonna get some sleep.
Get some sleep, man. You have earned it. You have earned it.
Yeah, the last 5 days was pretty brutal because I was on a 2.5 hour sleep schedule.
Yeah, you need to get some sleep,
well,
man.
I sat in front of this computer right here for 21 and a half hours to 22 hours. And I didn't leave I went outside, I walked the dog, but
sure.
And I was like, sunlight.
That makes
but that was pretty brutal. I don't know if I'd want to do that again, but it was, to me it was worth it. But
that also
I started getting sick on Monday morning. My throat was going, my eyes were hurting, like I could barely look at a screen anymore. Like I'd passed the limit of being sick. So I'm like, okay. But I couldn't sleep yesterday. But last night I passed out pretty good. I passed out at like 9 o'clock and then woke up at like 3 a.m. So I usually don't. That's a lot. That's like 7 hours for me. I usually don't. I usually do.
Yeah, you gotta relax, and we can see it, and it makes you taking the time with us tonight even more special. I mean, it always does.
I'm gonna go take a nap now, and Pete needs to go feed his kids.
No, bathe them and watch Aladdin tonight. That's on
very nice.
Yeah, gonna watch Aladdin.
Right.
I saw the original pencil test of Aladdin before it was out in theaters because we were working on the game, and they gave me and Mike Dietz a screening of it. It was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice. I find the music the best part of those movies. I just love listening to the
Tim
songs.
Rice and yeah, they're the best. Right. I worked with those guys too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. So that's my. Is it Saturday today? What day of the week is it?
Today is Thursday.
Oh,
Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on holiday, so everything's a Saturday to me.
Nice.
But I've got to run though.
Tommy,
I am so sorry, but
thank you for having me. Thank you everybody in the chat.
It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for sticking up for us when you do. Thanks for believing in us, and thanks for your support, continued support. Love you guys.
Love you too, Tommy. Thanks, you are our brother.
See you.
Peace out.
Pete, you're out too.
Yeah, I'm gonna just get out. I just want to thank you all for having me here, and it's been fun. And I'll come back anytime to replace anybody on this panel.
Well,
just give me a few days notice, and I'm good to be here.
All right,
because I love all video games.
I know that you do, and I might, and that I will take you up on that because we might need you next week too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play Marvel Heroes. I don't know if you guys all know, but I'm a huge superhero nut. Like I love Marvel and DC, so I'm gonna play the beta and I'm gonna have some fun. This is my first PS4 game.
No chance you have a couple
IDW
minutes?
Stuff.
IDW, what's that?
They have the license for the Ninja Turtles. So they're doing those comics right now. But they do like Ninja Turtles, Transformers.
I know. I used to collect the Transformers comic books a long time ago, and then when I was in college, I think I might have sold them for beer money, and so I don't have them anymore. So I do have a ton of Superman comics, though. That's the comic I've always had. So love Superman. And you guys probably just saw my son come here, so I actually have to go.
All right. All right. So you know what? I'm not doing my retro segment until next week when you're in the chat because it really was special for you.
Yeah, if I'm not in the chat, if you have room, I might jump on the show next week too. If you're doing,
I have a feeling we'll have room.
Okay, cool. All right, good night, guys. Have a great day.
Pete.
Yeah. Thanks for being on.
Peace out.
Susie figures out how to. I want to see how long it takes him to figure out how to close the window. There he goes. He's out. Man, that was a. I wasn't expecting to go over 2 hours talking about the Amico again, but here we go.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And always informative. Like his energy is so infectious. So hey, TJ Ferreira, if anybody is in, I gotta shout this guy out. If anybody is into like the ZX Spectrum, if anybody remembers the ZX Spectrum, TJ has got some incredible videos and stuff that he's working on, stuff that he's developing that I'm starting to really love his stuff. So yeah. Hey, I don't want it to go to waste. I'm not really interested in doing my segment this week because we're already at 11:15. But Frankie, you want to really quick do your Frankie save files?
Yeah, I'll just do real quick here.
Yeah.
Because they're totally worth considering.
Absolutely.
So,
all right, hang on a sec. Let me get started here. And I want to thank everybody in the chat. I know there's some new folks in the chat. And we got to, we knew the riffraff was going to come in, and we got rid of them pretty quickly. So everybody else in the chat, I know some of you guys came in specifically because of Tommy, and we appreciate it. Hit that like button, give us a sub, and we talk about on the general, and Frankie's going to show you in just a minute. We talk about all gaming, so it's not just the Amico. It's Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. We try to do some PC gaming when we can. We talk to indie developers. We love to have guests on, but we try to run the gambit of things going on. And next week we're gonna catch up on a whole bunch of news that we missed this week, because I know like Peter's mad at Apple and everybody's mad at Microsoft for something, and Frankie's just mad. So
not today.
No, you're not actually. No. But hang out. For those of you who came in to see Tommy, give us a try, next week as well. We've got some really cool stuff that we do, and as you could see, the chat room is always friendly, inviting. There's a bunch of great gamers in there. Some of these folks have become really good dear friends of ours, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So with that, for those of you who are new, we have a segment called Frankie's Save Files, and what this is Frankie scours the internet for scours the Xbox and PlayStation store for hot deals of games that you may or may not have even heard of, and tells us all about them. So let me get queued up and tell me which one you want to do first.
I'm going to start with one that's not either of these. So I'm just going to throw this out really quick because I don't know how long it's going to be on sale for. One of my favorite twin-stick shooters this generation has been Narrow Voider. I've mentioned it many times before. It's the developers making Scourgebringer. It's excellent. If you're into roguelikes and really finely tuned twin-stick shooting mechanics, check that out on the Switch. It's on sale for $5.59 right now. Again, it's called Narrow Voider. It's a fantastic game. It's got Dan Terminus did the soundtrack for it, and I love it. There's all kinds of so the whole point of it is you're a little I guess a robot kind of thingy, and so you have different weapons you're picking up, and you're kind of trying to upgrade yourself, get better weapons as you're playing. Instead of how you play a lot of loot games and the top tier is a legendary thing. In this game, they're called glitched weapons, and some of the ones I've run into just have some ridiculous effects. So, I don't know. Like I said, $5.59 on the Switch. So if you happen to see this between now and tomorrow, which is Friday, apparently, I guess, pick it up. That game is excellent. So, Mike, let's start with Xbox because everyone's heard of these. Everyone's heard of these guys.
Oh yeah. Let's see. There we go.
Best part is you don't got to say a whole lot because the trailers will tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of the classic rare Donkey Kong, Banjo-Kazooie, obviously you had to have heard of Yooka-Laylee by now. there's a bundle that has Yooka-Laylee and the I don't want to call it a sequel, but it's more of like a throwback to the older like Super Nintendo Rare games. You know, your Donkey Kong Country style side scrollers, Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. On Xbox right now, they have a bundle of these games for $14.84, which is ridiculously cheap for two excellent games. And again, you know, a lot of us, you know, Mike, myself, you know, we've dabbled with a lot of these older games. Like, there's nostalgia in there for us, and seeing these types of games make a comeback with those people behind it. Look, honestly, sometimes you play some of these games again now, and it's like, why the hell did I like this back then? But I feel like Yooka-Laylee brought forward a lot of the stuff that, you know, we loved about those games, and it's a fantastic throwback to that era. So pick that up, $14.84. You get two excellent Yooka-Laylee games. Hell
and
yeah, man.
I believe if you want to take a crack at the first one, I think it's still in Game Pass.
Is it?
I believe it is. It was in Game Pass at least since October. If it's out of Game Pass, I missed the announcement. So while we're looking up, while we're doing the second game, I'll look up and see if it's still there.
Okay.
So.
All right. So onto the PlayStation. Yeah. See, I love it. They it's like a self-aware, rare style.
Yes.
Platformer. I love it. They even did a, you know, like the Donkey Kong rap. They did a Banjo-Kazooie, or not a Banjo-Kazooie, a Yooka-Laylee version that I think Grant Kirkhope was selling on his Bandcamp page, if I'm not mistaken, for like $1.
Oh, nice.
So it's, you can at least just go listen to it if you want to, but it's that cheesy, ridiculous rap song you would expect.
Oh, I almost downloaded that to play on here, but
yeah,
I saw that. Yes, Yooka-Laylee is still in Game Pass.
Hell yeah, try it.
Most definitely.
If you like it, pick up this bundle. Those games are awesome. What was that, Peter?
No, so they are. Yeah, I'll definitely try them out and see.
Good.
Yep. I got you. I beat you to it, Project Jeff. Project Jeff is usually our encyclopedia, but I beat him to it. I feel special. All right. Next up.
All right. So lastly, over on the PlayStation side, it's funny that Tommy mentioned Chucklefish earlier, the folks behind Stardew Valley. So they published this game. So this is a game that Crazy Juan and I, when this was coming out, you know, this was initially revealed for the Switch coming out, you know, like or a little around launch time, I think, was when they announced this game. But it's called War Groove, and it's very much like a spiritual successor to Advance Wars. So if you ever played any of those on the Game Boy Advance, I think there was one or two on the DS as well. But just these really fun turn-based strategy games, really cool art style, great soundtrack, and this is about as close as I'm pretty sure we're going to get to a new Advance Wars game anytime soon. But it's currently on sale on the PlayStation Store for $9.99. So that's a fantastic price. It's a $20 game normally. Even paying that, I felt was well worth it. But yeah, if you have the itch for an Advance Wars type of game, this will definitely hit the spot for you.
Nice.
I think it's also on Game Pass.
Well,
at least it was. I know for sure it was. Cause I know Juan played it in Game Pass.
Let's see if it's still there. It is still there on both console and PC.
There you go. So if you have Game Pass, try it out. If you like it, want to buy it on PlayStation for $10 or
There you
Xbox. I don't care. Buy it whatever you want. Buy it.
Right. Nice. Turn 1. So, yeah, I wish I had time for these games. You know, if I didn't have to play Ghost of Tsushima for 7 hours at a time.
Yeah, that game is just ridiculous.
It's getting there, but oh my God, I said this yesterday. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I got to that. And Peter, you know what I'm talking about. I got to that holy crap moment that starts Act 3. I'm not telling anything. How far into Act 2 are you?
I'm at the end. I'm about to start the siege.
Okay, so I'm not saying anything. Just You'll get there.
Look, I'll get there in a day or two.
You'll get there, and then you'll go, oh man. So
Is this like the Wolfenstein thing all over again?
no,
not that exciting though.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not crazy. Oh, Jay was in the chat. He was hiding out like a ninja. Good night, brother. Good night. I hope you don't mind that I talked about you to Tommy. Thank you, Jeff Rule. We're almost done. We're not going any farther than this unless Peter's got something he wants to bring up. We're just
try not to.
Yeah, I wasn't totally well. You realize that you could, like, if you said, you know what, I really want to talk about this tonight, I would be like, let's do this.
Oh yeah, I know.
So I would never do that. But I really wasn't expecting us to go 2 hours with the press conference. So the fact that we did just again speaks to how powerful Tommy's messaging is. So, but well, good. I'm glad we got that. I'm glad we got your save files in. I am gonna hold on my retro, but since he's not here, you know what? Since he's not here, I will give you guys a sneak peek at it. I will give you a teaser for what I picked this time around. And now, with an extra week, I might refine this a little bit and maybe add or move around some stuff. Let's just say that this time I picked
Kung Fu.
Yeah. Beat 'em ups.
Beat 'em ups.
Arcade and a couple of console beat 'em ups.
Excellent. You know, if you zoom in on that guy's face.
Right. Oh,
he has a porn stash.
I may not live that one down. So
he's running like he's
like he's constipated.
Yeah.
So, if you want to see the whole video and the whole retro spiel on that, I will do that next week on the next week's show. And like I said, between now and then, I might go through a little more of my my collection and maybe add a couple things. But it's going to be on old school beat 'em ups and not platformer beat 'em ups. So they won't be games like Batman Returns and stuff on the Genesis or things like that. It's going to be anything that was pretty much right or left side scrolling and one screen level. So nothing really vertical. You know, you could jump up and jump down, but nothing really like a vertical platformer. If it became a platformer, I left it out. So, all right. Let me do this. So I want to once again thank everyone in the chat room. What a great show. What a great time. It's always fun. You know, whether we have Tommy Tallarico or not, and we always love having Tommy in watching with us. But you guys in the chat room that are our stalwarts, I can't speak enough. I say it every week and I mean it every week. I love you guys so much. You guys make us want to be here on Thursday nights. And, you know, hope some of you, like I said, who typically here, you know, because Tommy was here, I hope you'll hang out with us again, you know, talk some other gaming systems with us. You know, we do have we will have some Xbox and PS news to go over next week and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
we got a state of play to talk about.
We do, and I grabbed some trailers, and I might grab the rest of them. So I was prepared. I was prepared, and thank you, Blues Tech. He said, you guys make us all want to be here on Thursday nights, too. Love you all. Captain Blues Tech, we are going to, this weekend, Captain, I'm ready to get back on board the USS, whatever the hell ship that is, and kick some Klingon ass. So, but anyway, Indie Gamer had a divisive tweet over State of Play. Now I got to go see what it is. So, poor Coop. Poor Coop says, "Wait, it's Thursday." So, the USS Hopeless. There we go. So, I want to shout out too to Indie Gamer and Daz. I mean, think about it. They are 6 hours ahead of us, and you know, I know Daz and I have our fun over my gold walls, but
It's pretty
you know,
yellow to me.
It's because you can't see.
Canary gold.
Canary gold. But you know, both him and Indie Gamer, who you know by all rights should be asleep and unconscious by now. You know, it means so much.
Look, to
that
be
they're here.
fair, if they're gamers, they're up this late anyways. I mean,
Yeah, but it's still a weekday over there.
and that matters.
That's a good point. So, you know, and guys like Dreadpool,
Starts to get light down there.
you know, like I said, just the guys I met through that we've met through Tommy and through Pete, Anthium, and you know Eddie Glue, and Blues Tech, you know, and his brother Jeremy, and Smash TV, who was in here earlier, Retro Rich Hayward, who I'm becoming a very huge fan of, and what he does. Papa Pete, I know he wasn't in here tonight, but I love, you know, hanging, you know, he's been in here before. You know, it's just, you know, this is what we're here for. So I want to thank everybody. Also want to just let everybody know that the Gamers United Guild kicks forward tomorrow night. Pete has PM in the PM with his brother from another mother, Michael Garvey, the professional troll, and they talk all kinds of great stuff about games, past and present.
Someone's at the Nest Hello doorbell.
Someone's at the door? What the hell? Hold on.
Watch, it's a spider.
No, somebody is trying to deliver a pizza?
Go get that shit.
If my son ordered DoorDash at 11:30 at night, I am going to fucking kill him.
I'm gonna high five him. That's a power move.
I'm going to find out what that is. So,
Eat it. Ground him and then eat it outside of his door.
right. Good Lord. I'm like, because it's 11:30 here. And anyway, yeah, I'm going to find out what that is.
Well, if you're hungry, you got to eat.
Yeah, right? Coop said make him eat every bit of it. Blues tickets from Tommy Tallarico. He ordered a pizza. He did an old 80s style pizza dash.
Yeah.
So, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, PM into PM on Friday. Sunday night is TXR, the best, one of the best Xbox podcasts out there. Monday is Four Guys with Quarters. Tuesday is Retro Renegades, and then Wednesday is Amico All Access, and then Thursday we're back again. You have almost an entire week. Saturday is the only day we don't have a Gamers Guild United show of some sort on. So you get an entire week's worth of great content. Please check out all of our Gamers United Guild brothers. And Peter, I just realized the awesome Batman shirt you have on.
Ah, thank you.
Oh, that
I
is
said something
nice.
about it earlier and he ignored me.
I don't
Oh.
listen to you. You know that.
I was talking about Peter, not you.
Oh.
I know you don't listen to me.
What? What'd you say?
Let's
Oh,
go take us
that's
home. My ass is
right.
falling asleep.
That's right. The Indie Pod now on Saturdays. Because I thought that it was just going to be a monthly thing, but no. Indie Gamer, Super Cooper,
No,
and
it is monthly.
It is monthly. Okay, so on Saturdays monthly, but once a month you get Indie Gamer, you get Fastback, our brother Chris right here from the show. You get Super Cooper, our brother. You get other great guests, and what a hell of a show.
He should get Craig on. I mean, Chris is kind of wishy-washy. Okay,
I know. Craig's gonna be his backup.
good Craig
so-
Williams.
Craig Williams? Yeah.
Yes, and I'm still low key gonna keep trying to recruit Indie Gamer.
Fuck yeah.
NLG Europe featuring Indie Gamer. I'm just saying, NLG Europe has a really nice ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. I sent him a case of his favorite beer. You know, I don't know what it means, but bring it on.
All good partnerships start with that. So
Very much so.
take us home. My ass is falling asleep.
All right. So, Peter, did you have anything seriously?
No,
Okay.
not anything that's short.
We'll
keep it
save it.
for next week.
We'll save it. I know where you're
I
headed,
don't
so
think
we'll
it's
save.
anything getting resolved in this week. So
No,
we'll have stuff to
I
talk
don't think
about.
it's ever getting resolved. So we'll have it for next week. Don't worry. All right, and nothing else from you, Frankie?
Like Peter, I definitely got stuff, but we'll save it for
save
next
it.
week because it's
All
stuff
right.
that's not going to be a minute or two.
Okay. All right, Pete, Tommy, anything else from you guys? No. All right.
Tommy
great.
has nothing else
I-
to say.
I know.
Hey,
He's sitting there.
wow.
He sat there quiet for like 20 minutes.
That's so weird.
I know. So, thank you guys so much. Once again, chat room. I don't even know what to say. Thank you guys. We love you. We will see you next week, Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're getting out of here. I'm gonna go play some Ghost of Tsushima. Everybody have a great weekend. Play on, gamers.
Game on, guys.